I am 85 years old. I've survived 2 heart attacks, a shattered femur from a logging accident back in '78, and the slow, agonizing tragedy of watching my entire generation surrender to their living room chairs. I'm going to tell you the brutal truth about hitting 50 that your doctor, your physical therapist, and those smiling pharmaceutical commercials will never admit to you. They sell you comfort. They tell you it's natural to slow down, to just let go. But I sit at the corner booth of the local diner every morning, and I watch you. I see men in their 50s, guys who used to frame houses and rebuild V8 engines, now groaning like wounded animals just to slide into a booth. I watch your hands shake slightly as you reach for the coffee. I hear that heavy, shallow breathing. I see the exact moment the fire in your eyes goes out, replaced by a quiet, pathetic acceptance. You smell like menthol rub, stale coffee, and defeat. You are letting gravity win. You are rusting from the inside out. Do not scroll past this. Don't you dare look away, because what I am about to tell you, the 5 tiny, almost invisible physical habits you either do or don't do before noon, is the absolute boundary line. It is the only difference between remaining the pillar your family leans on or becoming the heavy, helpless burden they secretly resent carrying. Let me take you back. It's the summer of 1969. I was a young father, working double shifts at the lumber yard to pay off a mortgage on a house that always felt too small. I thought providing was enough. I thought breaking my back for a paycheck gave me a free pass to check out when I walked through the front door. I remember the exact smell of that afternoon, a suffocating mix of dry, burning grass from the neighbors clearing weeds, and the sharp, metallic tang of sweat baked into my flannel shirt. I walked up the porch steps. They creaked. Every step felt like lifting 50 pounds of wet concrete. I was exhausted, yes. But looking back, it wasn't just the fatigue. It was a choice I was making, a dangerous, quiet choice to let the weariness define me. I pushed open the screen door. The rusted hinges whined, a sound I can still hear echoing in my empty house today. My wife Sarah was at the stove. She turned around. The kitchen was hot, filled with the heavy scent of boiling potatoes and onions. She had this look in her eyes, a fragile, hopeful light. She had been alone with a toddler all day. She wanted her husband. She wanted a partner to stand tall, look her in the eye, and anchor the room. But what did she get? She got a shadow. I didn't stand up straight. I didn't lock eyes with her. I just grunted, kept my chin tucked down to my chest, and shuffled past her, dragging my heels on the linoleum. I saw the light in her eyes flicker and die. Just a tiny moment, a fraction of a second. But I ignored it. I told myself, I'm tired. I earned this right. God, the arrogance of a tired man. I made a beeline for that ugly brown corduroy armchair in the corner of the living room, my throne of surrender. I collapsed into it. I didn't sit down like a man with intention. I fell into it like a corpse dropped into a grave. I let out this deep, rattling sigh, a shallow chest breath that signaled to the whole house, do not bother me. I am done. Then I heard it, the soft, hesitant pitter-patter of tiny feet. My son, Tommy. He was standing right outside the living room archway. He had a wooden toy truck in his hand. He peeked around the corner. He didn't say a word. He just waited for his father to invite him in, to reach out a hand, to show some spark of life. All it would have taken was for me to sit forward, to engage my core, push myself up without using the armrests, and walk over to him with a firm, deliberate step, to breathe deep into my stomach and say, "Come here, son." That's all. 5 seconds of physical effort. But the chair was too soft, the gravity was too heavy, the excuse was too easy. I muttered, "Not right now, buddy. Dad's aching." I watched him slowly lower the truck to his side and retreat down the hallway. The sound of those little footsteps fading away. Tap, tap, tap. It's a rhythm that has played in my head every single night for the last 50 years. I chose the chair over my boy. I chose the path of least resistance. That evening wasn't just a bad day. It was the beginning of a rot. It was the first time I realized how easy it was to use physical fatigue as a shield against emotional presence. I started walking with a slouch. My handshakes became weak. I stopped breathing like a man ready for a fight and started panting like a beast waiting for the slaughter. I thought I was just relaxing, but I was dying. Incrementally, ounce by ounce. I was teaching my body to give up, and my spirit simply followed suit. And the most haunting part? No one stops you. Society lets you do it. They pat you on the back, hand you a beer and say, "Take a load off, old man." They watch you rust, and they smile. Now, fast forward 50 years. It's a rainy Tuesday morning, present day. I'm sitting in that same corner booth at the local diner. The coffee tastes like burnt copper, just like it always did. But the silence is entirely different now. It's a heavy, suffocating silence. It's the kind of silence you earn after decades of pushing people away to protect your own comfort. I pull out my phone. My thumb, stiff and swollen with arthritis, hovers over a text thread. The contact name is Tommy. He's 55 now, a grandfather himself. I slowly type out a message. "Thinking of you. Call if you have a minute." I hit send. And then I wait. I watch the screen go dark. I see my own reflection in the black glass. An old man with sagging jowls, thinning white hair, and eyes that look too tired for this world. 10 minutes pass, then an hour, then 2. The waitress comes by, tops off my mug without asking, and gives me that tight, pitying smile they reserve for the elderly who dine alone. My phone doesn't buzz, it doesn't ring. Tommy isn't punishing me. It's much worse than that. He's just busy. He learned from the best, didn't he? I taught him perfectly that a man's time and energy are finite, and when you're tired, you shut the world out. I trained him to leave me in my chair. I drive back to that same house. The mortgage is paid off now. The rusted hinges are gone, but it's a tomb. I walk into the living room. That old, ugly, brown corduroy armchair is long gone, replaced by a mechanized medical recliner that literally lifts my body up and drops me down because my knees are entirely shot. I press the button. The electric motors whine, a pathetic mechanical groan. I sink into the synthetic leather. I turn on the television. It's some 24-hour news network, the volume cranked up way too high, desperately trying to drown out the relentless ringing in my ears. The harsh blue light flickers across the empty walls, casting long, lonely shadows. It's barely 4 p.m. I have nothing but time now, All the rest, all the peace and quiet I ever demanded in 1969, I have it now, in absolute abundance. And let me tell you, it is a living hell. That is exactly why I watch you. I see you 50-year-olds in the aisles of the hardware store, or dragging your feet through the parking lot at Walmart. I see the way you lean heavily on the shopping cart, taking the weight off your lower back. I see the way you drop your keys and look down at them for 3 seconds, debating if it's even worth the pain to bend over and pick them up. You shuffle. You keep your eyes glued to the scuff marks on your shoes. You think you are just dealing with getting older. You tell your wife, "My knees are gone," as an excuse to stop walking the dog with her after dinner. You use your physical decline as a convenient alibi to check out of life. But let me tell you what that alibi actually buys you. It buys you isolation. When you let your physical body go, when you stop fighting gravity, your world shrinks. First, you stop fixing things around the house. Then, you stop taking the stairs. Then, you stop going out altogether. You trap yourself in a prison of your own stiffness. And your family? They adapt. They learn to live around you instead of living with you. They stop asking you to help. They stop expecting you to show up. You slowly transition from the patriarch to a piece of furniture that occasionally grunts. You are engineering your own solitary confinement, day by day, ache by ache. And when the rust finally takes over completely, there will be no one left around to hear the hinges creak. Let's talk about that ego of yours. It tells you that because you worked hard for 30 years, you have earned the right to physically let go. You tell yourself you're just resting, but there is a deadly difference between resting to fight tomorrow and rusting to die today. You want proof of which one you are doing? I'm going to give you 5 invisible tests, 5 tiny, everyday physical actions. If you are over 50 and can still do these easily without thinking, your engine is still roaring. You haven't surrendered. If you can't, you are already digging your own grave. Indicator number 1, putting on your socks or shoes while standing on one leg. It sounds ridiculously simple. But if you have to sit down on the edge of the bed, groaning and wrestling your foot like it's a dead weight, your balance and flexibility are gone. A man who hasn't given up can stand on one pillar, balance his entire weight, and dress himself gracefully. He controls gravity, not the other way around. Indicator number 2, the floor to stand. You drop a tool on the garage floor, or you get down to play with your grandson. Can you stand back up without using your hands, without leaning on a coffee table, and without your knees sounding like bubble wrap? The ability to rise from the earth using only your core and legs is a biological marker of survival. If you need a winch and a prayer to get up from the carpet, you are fading. Indicator number 3, the over-the-shoulder look. When you're reversing your truck in a tight spot, can you fluidly twist your spine and neck to look straight out the back window? Or do you have to turn your entire torso like a rigid block of wood because your neck is calcified with stiffness? A stiff, unyielding spine is the very first physical sign of a stiff, unyielding mind. Keep the armor flexible. Indicator number 4, the dead weight carry. Carrying 2 heavy bags of groceries or a 40-pound bag of dog food from the far end of the parking lot. A man still in his prime doesn't stop to pant halfway. His grip is like a vice. his chest doesn't heave. Grip strength and lung capacity are direct measures of how much life is left in your heart. If your forearms burn and you're gasping for air after 50 yards, your heart is whispering a warning. And indicator number 5, the silent rise. Getting out of a deep armchair in absolute total silence. No grunting, no pushing off the armrests, no rocking your body back and forth 3 times just to build momentum. Just pure, quiet, explosive intention. Listen to me very carefully. The exact day you start making sound effects just to stand up is the day you officially accept that you are an old man. Don't be that man. Not yet. So you listen to the 5 indicators. And maybe you realized you're already rusting. You felt that cold knot in your stomach because you know it's true. Don't you dare look away from me now. I didn't rip open these old wounds and tell you my regrets just to shame you. I told you this because you still have a window, a very narrow, rapidly closing window of time. I am giving you 3 raw, non-negotiable orders to reclaim your machine. Number 1, the morning ground zero. Tomorrow morning, before your coffee, before you check the damn news, get out of bed and lie flat on your living room rug. Face the ceiling. Then stand up. Do not touch a chair. Do not grab the sofa. Wrestle with your own body weight until you are standing. Do this every single day. If it takes you 5 minutes of agonizing struggle, so be it. You are buying back your independence, 1 agonizing inch at a time. Number 2, the driveway carry. Go to a hardware store or a yard sale. Buy 2 heavy, rusted dumbbells, 30, 40 pounds each. Keep them by your front door. Every afternoon, pick them up. Walk to the end of your driveway, to the mailbox, and walk back. Let the handles dig into your calluses. Let your forearms burn. You are reminding your nervous system that you are still required to carry the heavy load for your family. Number 3, the dinner table anchor. Tonight, when you sit down across from your wife, don't you dare slouch. Pull your shoulders back. Engage your core. Look her dead in the eye when she speaks. Stop being a fading ghost in your own home. Show her that the man she married, the protector, the pillar, is still sitting right there. Listen to me. True freedom in your twilight years has absolutely nothing to do with the balance of your 401k or the size of your pension. True freedom is the ability to walk to the bathroom by yourself. It's the ability to lift your giggling grandson into the air without wincing in agony. It is about basic human dignity. Your body is the only real estate you will ever truly own. Stop letting the roof cave in. Stop letting the foundation rot. The greatest legacy you can leave your children is not a trust fund or a paid-off mortgage. The greatest legacy is not being a burden to them. Do not make your daughter become your nurse. Do not make your son wipe your chin, just because you were too lazy to fight gravity when you were 50. I am 85 years old. The clock is ticking loud for me, and it's ticking for you, too. I've fought my battles. I've paid for my mistakes with 50 years of echoes in an empty hallway. Now I'm looking right at you. So stop watching this screen. Stand up, right now, wherever you are. Stand the hell up. Plant your feet. Pull your shoulders back. Take a deep, heavy breath. You are not done yet. Prove it.